What's up guys, Doomsday here. Today we're back again. In this video, we're going to be playing some Vi in the jungle. So for this match, I was actually in a party with the Kaisa, and we happened to queue into this Lulu, who was top 10 on the leaderboards for Lulu. And I think he was around 5 or 6, I'm not entirely sure, but I thought I would just record this match because it ended up being a bunch of fun actually. And the reason why I picked Vi in this match is because the enemy jungle is actually a Kha'Zix, and I've been getting really into counterpicking for my jungle champ. And it's been working out very well for me. Just because there's some matchups that work so much better for one jungler, and it definitely helps if you have champs that you like into any jungler. That way you almost like have a matchup that you like if you do get that pick after their jungler. And Vi just works really well into Lulu just because... Or not into Lulu. Vi works really well into Kha'Zix just because I feel like the second ability really helps negate a lot of the burst from Kha'Zix. Plus the knockups and CC from Vi really screw over Kha'Zix whenever they do try to dive your team. Because hard CC is what counters champs like Rengar or Kha'Zix. But Rengar's a bit more tricky because they have more sustained damage instead of the burst. But yeah, over here now I'm just doing a full jungle clear. Red to blue side. Now I was actually lagging a bit this much. I tried both Wi-Fi and data, but neither worked. I actually think it's because the Kaisa was a party host and they were West Coast NA and I'm East Coast NA. So that kind of messes with the server. So I was on like yellow ping this entire match, but we still make it work. But over here now, the first thing I notice is, look at our lane matchups in that bot side. That dragon lane is always going to be pushed in, and that's something to keep an eye on. And over here, the Lux ping's enemy missing, so I'm keeping an eye out. I see Grax is here. I just go right on top of him. And actually, I see our top laner died, and that's why I instantly backed off here. Was because I wasn't sure if their top laner was going to rotate, and I didn't want it to turn into a 1v2, so... Yep. I'm pretty sure that guy's recalling. Lux actually misses the root, so... Don't exactly get a follow-up. But that damage I put onto him really helped us out, because now he's really low in that lane phase. But now I actually wanted to get onto something really important about jungling. So somebody told me this, but... And I do realize that now that it was pointed out to me, but... Junglers have the advantage in experience. You get experience so much faster than other champs, which means you get your levels faster. And a key point is level 5. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm just getting my level 5. I don't even care about finishing this camp, but I'm level 5 right now. These bot side laners are not. So over here, I'm trying to force this. They get a super lucky cam in there. And their Kha'Zix happens to be down here, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Now, I just go back to farming this, but keep in mind, I'm got this level 5, and you have a very small window when you're level 5, but nobody else is. And that's a really good opportunity to find a good lane to gank. And over here now, I really want to get this. I see Kha'Zix is mid, and I want to get this Draven off our for Kai'Sa's back. So we're going for this engage. We're barely able to get him. Now, I know that this Kha'Zix has come back bot side. Lulu makes a mistake here. They shouldn't have came up at all. We would have been fine without him. And now I was trying to land the smite onto him. I get onto Sona, and we're just able to clean this up. We could have done that with no deaths if the Lulu hadn't stepped up, but they got a bit greedy. I don't think they were watching the map too well that time. But that definitely worked out, and that got our Kaisa super fed. So as I was saying earlier in the match, that's the first thing I realized, that Draven's going to be pushed up almost the entire time, just because it's a Draven and they're going to be pressuring a Draven and Sona. So that's why I path towards that bot side right as I was about to get level 5, and then as soon as I got level 5, I looked for that pressure on that bot side, just because I know that that's going to be a good gank. Sadly, our top side is kind of falling behind. I actually thought a Darius would beat a Riven, but I'm not entirely sure how the matchup works yet for all the Riven matchups, because still a relatively new champ. But now again, I'm heading back to this bot side. I see that they're keep on overextending, and I know they both burned flashes earlier, so that's an important thing to keep in mind. They don't have good escapes. So now we're pretty much just able to clean this up. And now with that dragon up, I'm able to go right there. Now actually, look at their jungler makes a really good choice here. He ganks the top side. He actually totally cheesed that Darius. If you didn't see, he was camping in the bush before the turret. So as Darius was walking up to lane, he just got ganked from there. Over here now, this Gragas gets caught out. This is a mistake a lot of people do. And Lux kind of whiffs their root there, so we weren't able to full on get that kill. I thought we would have been able to, but we were not able to land our combos, but they're able to get that first turret and a kill on topside. So that was really smart by the Kazakhs, actually. They knew that they can't contest that dragon because we just killed both of their dragon laners. So instead what they did was they looked for a play on the other side of the map and totally just destroyed that Darius and got the first turret. Instead of trying to contest that dragon and die, which is what a lot of people do. They'll just go in for the steal or see if they could do something when they can't win it. There's no way. And then they just screw themselves over. Especially in plat, emerald ranks, even in diamond ranks. People do that a lot, and that's a big mistake. That's really kind of throwy, and it just makes it so much more snowbally for the other team. But that was a smart play by them. But this match, I kind of prioritized our bot side over our top side. So over here now, I see that they're starting to fight again. I'm trying to see what's a good gank. Our Lux gets a decent combo into a Gragas. I kind of want to push this turret. See if we can get this wave shoved in. I have my ult back off cooldown, so that's good. I said they got that on the bot side, so. Now I'm we get out to push our waves and settle for Herald if we do want to go for Herald fight sometime soon. And over here, I actually make a little bit of a mistake. I didn't expect the Riven to completely get onto our bot side. I didn't see that he was full on diving that, so instead I just went for a plate on the mid turret, and by the time I looked down there, the Kai'Sa was dead. So that was a little unfortunate. But yeah, the reason why I'm not full on engaging this is because I'm trying to kite back to my teammate for one. Look at what I did there. I kited back towards where my teammate could help me. I didn't just keep on engaging. Because another thing is, I didn't know where any of their teammates were. A lot of them were missing. I wasn't sure if Kazakhs was around. So if I kept on diving, then that would have been bad. Because for all I know, Kazakhs could have been near their blue and then easily just destroyed me. So that's something that you could do. And over there, I'm thinking that they might be on Herald. I'm pretty sure they are, but I need to get a recall in. I don't have much mana and I needed to shop. It's fine giving this up. Again, notice we just gave it up. We didn't completely go and throw and all die trying to steal it. And it's completely fine to give something up. Because it's really gold leads that win the game. It's not particularly a Herald or anything. Of course, his Knight's getting a turret. And over here, our Kai'Sa gets beaten out by the Riven. It's kind of hard because the Riven got fed off the Darius earlier. So it's hard for the Kai'Sa to 1v1 a Riven without any frontline. And actually, when playing Vi, there's two ways that I like to play Vi. One, you could either play to get yourself fed to where you just get so far ahead that you just keep on going into their face and just attacking them. Or you could play around your team. So this match, I actually kind of play around my team. I didn't get too many kills. I mostly got assists. I somehow didn't secure any of the kills that I set up, but this match I kind of just play around my team because I trust the Kai'Sa to carry. That's why I played a lot around the bot side, because shutting down a Draven, if you could do that, their ADC is pretty much irrelevant, just because if a Draven can't get ahead early, then they're almost useless. So now I'm looking for that bot side. I'm we can maybe go for this. Over here, I'm ult. I just ult this Kazakhs to gap close. I don't know if I needed to, but this Draven's overextended too. And we're just able to clean this up. So now with this dragon up, we killed their jungler and their ADC, so really just tracking this down. Ooh, and that's another really important thing. As a jungler, your life is more important than anybody else when this dragon spawns. Because if I know that I killed the enemy jungler, I know I'm going to be able to secure that dragon most likely, as long as I don't completely whiff my smite. So that's why it's just so important to stay alive as a jungler, especially when that first dragon spawns. Don't do anything silly and just get yourself killed, because then they're just going to start up the dragon and secure it. And now I'm we could just go for this turret here. They're pushing that bot side turret instead. We start to head down there, but they know we're coming and just back off, so I don't even think I waste my time going all the way down there. Yeah, I just turn around. I know that they're going back. And this Darius is going in pretty deep. I think we're a bit annoyed at the Darius first, because the Darius is kind of throwing a bit against the Riven. I'd assume Darius to win that matchup, because Or I'm not entirely sure, actually. I'm not going to speak on that just because I haven't played too much Baron lane. But now in these team fights, I'm looking at what I need to do, and there are two things I could do. One, I could track down the enemy ADC, or I can peel for my teammates. So this is a really important concept to pick up in team fights. You have to see what your teammates are doing. So looking at our comp, we have like a Kai'Sa, Lulu, Lux. Unless we land our combos earlier, we're most likely going to be kiting back against like Riven, Gragas, Kha'Zix. So it's going to be important for me to ult these people off my front line or off my back line if they do get onto them, especially this Riven. And you're going to see this later in the match. I'm really going to focus down this Riven because this Riven is ahead, and ulting him up can definitely screw him over. So that's what I really look to do. And we're here now. They're just going down this river. And over here, honestly, we maybe could have forced the Baron, I think. Because they're on the bot side of the map. We would have had full river control. And if they did come, we could have easily turned onto them, I think. So now I'm like, we should probably get in this area and force something. Because we really have the positioning advantage. They actually used the Herald, so we got to clear that first. I actually didn't even see it spawned. I didn't even see that they used it. It was put in such a weird spot. But now over here, notice how I'm just ulting this Riven. I'm trying to get him off my front line and just CCing up. Look at what happens when I do just ult him. He gets ulted by me and then polymorphed by Lulu, and there's nothing he could do. And this Draven just added the game at this point just because I shut him down completely early. And of course I'm running my sweeping lens. And this Kha'Zix goes in for a steal. Oh, they go invis. Over here, I got a little bit panicky. We smited like 12 too early. That was so close. That could have gone so badly. But I think we still would have been fine just because we're so far ahead this match. The invis from the Kha'Zix screwed me over. I was like, where do you go? Because I actually wanted to kill him before we got the Baron that low. Because I don't like going for smite battles too much. And over here, I was like, do I go for the fruit? Do I not go for the fruit? I was like, okay, I'll just push this wave in and then go for the fruit. Because I need the mana, but Riven took it, so I'm like, oh. And over here, it's just me and Lulu. That's why I don't ult the Riven, because we don't particularly have the most damage, just us two. So as I was saying, this match, really, I'm just knocking people up from my backline, and I'm just ulting whoever I need to. And that's really about it. Now we're like, let's group for this dragon. And this Darius is playing very smart, actually. He threw a bit early, but he's kind of making up for it now. Notice what he's doing. He's not going to try and 1v1 the Riven over and over because he knows he's not going to win that. Instead, he's looking at the scoreboard and seeing who else is low, or who else is behind. Okay, first of all, watch that over and tell me what the heck did 1,274 damage to the dragon. Because I was like looking to smite that, and I was like, it just got completely deleted, and I don't know what did that much damage, because there's just me, Darius, and I think Kai'Sa. But somehow it went from instantly from 1,274 to 0. And I don't know why. So somebody knows that, please comment that down below. And now we're just, and this Darius is going in pretty deep. I still have Guardian Angel actually, so I'm not too worried. I get out, I just want to save my Guardian Angel if possible, so I just get the recall in here. But I was also saying, this Darius, he's looking at the scoreboard and seeing who else is low, and he's focusing 1v1ing those carries, like the Draven. And he was actually flexing his masters earlier. So at the beginning of the match, we were like, what are you doing, bro? He was like, in the draft chat, he was like flexing his, he was like, I'm masters and all that. But then he kind of threw early and we're like, what's this guy up to? But I guess this is how he got masters. I mean, he's playing relatively smart other than the few throws he had. And that's something a lot of people probably wouldn't do. They'd probably just keep on looking to 1v1 this Riven over and over and just completely throw. But now we're looking pretty good. I'm just pushing out these waves. And then we could look for a pick or something. Yeah, we got an entire team fed. Our Lux can just one burst him if he lands the root and ult. So now I'm heading here. They're on the run. Over here, I was trying to ult the Riven. We could have killed him if I did get that ult, but I got the low battery, which screwed me over. And now I'm getting these lag spikes. Whenever I get a notification or something like that on my phone like always like dies, and I get giant lag spikes right after. But now we're pushing this top side turret. This is another good thing. Over here, I'm just standing here. I'm just scaring him off. I could just dash out if I need to. But now I'm actually looking to dive this. I have Guardian Angel, so I'm not worried at all. I just ult the Riven. Get out of there, and my team was able to follow up. We actually didn't get any kills there, but we did get good damage, and we forced them off, so... We're able to get this inhib turret too, and 2 inhib turrets, so that's really nice. And over here, they're like, I don't know about this. I mean, personally, I think we should have left, but... They're staying. As you can see, I'm like trying to leave, but they just keep on re-engaging. Get my Guardian Angel popped. This Kha'Zix is one shot. But now it's just the 3 of us. We're able to get that. We're going back in. Hem ult off cooldown. They're still going, so I'm like, okay, man, I guess we're doing this. I ulted the Sona. That's very unfortunate timing. Right as the Kha'Zix came back, I ulted the Sona, and I'm out of mana. I think if I had mana, I could have won this bit. Oh, I had Locket too. No, I think I just bought Locket. I didn't have Locket. Maybe I could have won that. I don't know. This Lulu, oh, he just gets completely bursted down. I thought he looked like he was going to win that. But yeah, that was an overstay. I don't know why we did that, but I think we're just super snowballing at this point and got kind of greedy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Fed Kai'Sa is so scary. It's such a good hero or champ to be fed on. You can hard carry so much. Plus with the Lulu ults, like, they won't be able to kill the Kai'Sa. If me and the Lulu help heal for this Kai'Sa, there's no way that they're dying. Unless they just get completely ignored by us. Because if somebody dives them, they just get Lulu ulted, plus I just knock up whoever I need to. And now we're on our way to this dragon. Just starting this up. I'm pretty sure we can still win this even without Lulu. I see there's Dravens here. He's a little bit up ahead, and I just ult through their entire team and go right onto this Draven. That's one reason why I really like prioritizing good ganks on Dravens early, just because if you can't shut them down early, it's game over, almost. They just don't have an ADC. And that's why if you are playing Draven, it's really important to have good vision setup, because having good vision setup will help prevent ganks like that. Like that first time I ganked when I first reached level 5, that was a really good ward by them, so they actually surrendered. But anyways, that's going to be it for this match. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to comment down below if you haven't. Like and subscribe if y'all like this kind of content. And that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.